Brothers and female brothers, welcome to Brotherhood Tabletop. This is kind of a bonus video. The other day, one of my daughters and I were sitting around and kind of cooking up this idea of what if we took the darkest, most heinous parts of the Warhammer lore and rewrote it as a children's story. So this is kind of what we came up with. Hopefully you like it. If you do like it, like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Also, I told her that for every like this video gets, it will keep Konrad Kurze out of her nightmares for one night. So I'm not saying you not liking the video is going to cause my daughter to have nightmares, but I'm also not saying that. So take that for what it's worth. I hope you enjoy. I also hope you know that was a joke. Thanks for watching.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. And also,
Okay, I'm ready for my bedtime story.
All right, sweetie.
Yay.
Well, tonight, it looks like we've got the story of Konrad Kurze and the Night Lords.
Oh.
All right. Once upon a time, in a galaxy not so far away, there was a group of very special warriors known as the Night Lords. These warriors wore dark blue armor that shimmered like the night sky, and their helmets were shaped like skulls. They were part of a big family of super soldiers called the Space Marines, who were all created by the mighty Emperor of Mankind to bring peace to the universe. The Night Lords were led by a fierce and mysterious leader named Konrad Kurze, who was not like the other leaders. Konrad Kurze was born on a spooky world called Nostromo. It was a dark, gloomy planet where the sun barely shone, and the streets were filled with shadows. The people of Nostromo were scared, and their world was ruled by crime and fear. But from this grim place, a child fell from the sky with a strange gift. He could see the future. He could look at someone and know exactly what terrible things would happen to them. This ability made him both very wise and very, very sad.
Poor Konrad.
As Konrad grew up, he became the leader of Nostromo. He saw terrible things happening to his people and wanted to change their ways. But the people of his planet only understood fear. So instead of trying to help them with kindness, Kurze used fear as his tool. He became the shadow in the night, punishing those who broke the law by striking when they least expected it. His people feared him, but in some strange way, they also began to respect him.
Wait, so he was like Batman?
Yes, dear. I suppose he was just like Batman. Then one day, the Emperor of Mankind came to Nostromo, bringing a great army of super soldiers, called the Space Marines. These warriors were part of a huge, noble family of brothers called the Legions, and they were all led by the Emperor himself. See, the Emperor had lost all 20 of his, 19 of his sons out in the galaxy, and when he heard rumors of Kurze and his abilities on Nostromo, he traveled there to find him. "Come with me, my son," said the Emperor. "Help me bring peace to the galaxy, and I will make you one of my most powerful sons."
Aw, the Emperor sounds just like a great dad, just like you.
Oh, that's sweet. Konrad Kurze agreed and became the leader of the Night Lords Legion, a mighty force of warriors who would fight to protect the galaxy. But Kurze still had his dark ways. He believed that fear was the strongest weapon, and so he used it against his enemies, and even his own brothers. The Night Lords were known for striking from the shadows, terrifying their foes with their silent, deadly attacks. They would swoop down like dark birds of prey, attacking quickly and disappearing before anyone knew what happened.
They sound spooky.
Yeah, they were kind of spooky. But there was one problem. The other Space Marine leaders didn't always agree with how Konrad Kurze ran his legion. Some believed in honor, others in loyalty, and still others in sacrifice. But Kurze didn't believe in any of that. He believed in fear above all else. This caused trouble between the brothers. Even though they fought together in many battles, the Night Lords were different from the rest. They were feared by their enemies, but also by their fellow warriors.
I hate when my sisters and I fight.
I hate that too. Konrad Kurze, despite all his power, was a sad and lonely figure. He believed that he was doomed to bring darkness and pain, and he couldn't escape his future. His visions of the future were a heavy burden, and he couldn't see any way out of his path of fear. He knew the galaxy would one day reject him, and his actions would lead to his own downfall. As time went on, Kurze's sorrow grew deeper. He tried to warn the Emperor about the dangers of their great crusade, but the Emperor just didn't listen. Kurze felt betrayed and alone, believing that his fate was already sealed. And so the Night Lords kept fighting, always in the shadow, always creating fear wherever they went.
That's so sad.
But then came the Horus Heresy, a great war that tore apart the Emperor's family. The Night Lords, once loyal to the Emperor, found themselves torn between their duty and the whispers of rebellion. Konrad Kurze, with his dark visions, saw the heresy coming, but he couldn't do anything to stop it. The Legion fought alongside their brothers in many battles, but in the end, they were part of the rebellion against their father, the Emperor. The Night Lords fell from grace, becoming traitors and outcasts, and eventually leading to the death of Kurze.
Oh no!
See, Kurze was so focused on his visions of the future and his dark ways that when his father, the Emperor, sent an assassin to punish him for his rebellion, Kurze was so dark and upset that he didn't even fight back. Though Konrad Kurze met his end, his legacy lived on in his legion. The Night Lords became a living nightmare, lurking in the shadows of the galaxy, feared by all who heard their name. They may have fallen from the Emperor's light, but they continue to haunt the dark corners of the universe, their terror eternal, never truly forgotten. And so, my child, remember this story. Sometimes the darkest paths are the hardest ones to walk, and sometimes even the strongest of warriors need help to find their way out of the shadows before it's too late.
Thank you.
That was a nice book, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good night, sweetie, and we'll
Good
read another
night.
one tomorrow. Love you.
Love you.